Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of the RIPcast. I'm joined by my 4 best friends in the universe. Burn Faraday.
That's me.
Only Afro.
Hello.
Avanix Auriculia.
Hey.
And Beef McLarge Huge Triformis Huge.
Yeah.
And the Game of Thrones episode that aired this week was the worst
Lord.
one
Don't start.
that they've
Okay,
made.
you can't say this is the worst one after last episode.
No, I'm cutting this
far.
here. We got other things to talk about, like actual video games.
There's a
the
Game
new
of Thrones video game. We can talk about that.
There was a Game of Thrones video game. What happened with that?
I played it. It's pretty bad.
Oh. Well,
Isn't it one of
RPG
those
one.
Telltale games?
I think so.
There's a few.
Oh, is there an
There's
RPG
like
one as well?
There's like a browser.
Isn't that the one
Game of
where they
Thrones game.
released like a dog pack DLC and everyone spammed it on Steam as a gift? It was like a meme.
There was something like, I don't know what it was, like some kind of crazy dog DLC for some game. I'm not sure if it was for Game of Thrones though.
I'm pretty sure
For
it's for the
Watch
Game
Dogs
of
2.
Thrones game.
Watch Dogs 2. Yeah.
No, I'm
The
serious.
dog DLC for Watch Dogs?
It's
What?
yes, I'm serious. It's their dog DLC for Watch Dogs 2.
No. Wait. Oh, Watch Dogs 2. That is coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, with the dog DLC.
You have to
Pre-order.
execute the greatest hack.
Why do you need a dog?
Because they're finally going to be adding dogs that you can watch in that game. There wasn't any in the first game.
I
They're finally-
can't tell if Apper's joking or not. He could be telling the truth here.
Oh, Lord.
How can you hack anything without a dog?
It's a great question. Anyway, talking of
hacking is
Watch
a
Dogs 2. Jesus Christ. It's not a game about dogs or watching dogs
It
or
is.
anything to
And
do
now
with
it
dogs.
is. They finally fucking pulled through. I'm so happy for Ubisoft.
Praise be.
Next game.
Next
Game, what's next on the list?
We don't have a list of games, but it started off with Electronic Arts at E3. I think that was the first conference, right?
Are you like
Microsoft.
sponsored by
you really
using their
missed it?
full name?
Sports?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
All right,
Mr.
sports.
Electronic Arts.
No, it was-
You'll never guess what the next FIFA game is called. Okay, and post in the comments what you think the next FIFA game is
Pause
called.
the video right now, post in the comments.
Post
Wait
in the
till
comments.
we release the next podcast.
Pause the
and tell you
video,
if you were
post the
right,
comment,
and resume
and
this
then-
podcast afterwards.
Yeah. If you guessed FIFA 17, you're correct. I can't believe. Okay, we need
Nobody
to give
saw
out some
that
giveaways.
coming. That is an
Yeah.
unprecedented fucking
All right,
swing
Beef
by
will
you.
be in charge of the giveaways. If you posted
Wait.
FIFA 17 in the comments,
I didn't. No! Everyone's gonna do that now. Oh, Lord.
all of you will receive a $5 Steam gift card, courtesy of Beef.
no $5 Starbucks card,
$5.
no,
Yeah.
no Steam.
We're
And,
we're sponsored by
20
Starbucks.
copies of Bad Rats on Steam.
So anyway, E3 was very recently, and there were a lot of video games.
It was very recently, yes.
Right around the
Titanfall
same
2
time
was
as that terrible
announced.
Game of Thrones episode.
Oh, Lord.
Was it? It was the week after. Let's be honest here.
Titanfall 2
Well,
was...
you can't pretend
oh,
that this podcast was recorded
Let Beef talk.
earlier than it is.
Yeah, everybody quiet.
Yeah, how about you
Titanfall
pipe the
2
fuck down?
was announced.
All right, next game.
That's all I care about it. Battlefield 1 was also announced.
Ah, yes.
Isn't it just called Battlefield, not Battlefield?
But that was
No.
that was announced before E3 though.
Was
Yeah,
it?
knew
but
that was-
there was
yeah,
a
we knew the title
gameplay
and everything.
shown in the trailer.
No, it's Battlefield 1, and it takes
Yeah.
place during World War One.
I guess this is the sign that everyone's bored of the modern warfare setting,
yeah.
and now they're going back
from
to
World
World War games.
I mean, they're in
Oh, yeah.
fucking space now with modern warfare.
Yeah, they've taken that
advanced
shit pretty
warfare,
far off the
whatever.
rails.
It's like future warfare.
Wait, wasn't there another game announced where you fight as a caveman, and then it
Rust.
like progress? No.
Ark
It was-
Survival Evolved.
No, I don't think it was that either.
Far Cry Primal.
That's what I'm thinking of. Far Cry Primal. Okay.
Far Cry Primal was not announced. That game has
No,
been around for
I
a
know.
long time.
Yeah, but I was just thinking of how far back they could take it, and apparently
He
that's
plays
it.
a
They've
caveman in
pretty
Far Cry
much.
Primal.
Yeah, you do.
That's
They've pretty much covered the span of history at this point. There's not far. They've not done the Napoleonic Wars one yet.
Well,
They should go back to cavemen, like fucking
They do.
throwing
no,
rocks and shit.
That's what
Literally.
Far Cry Primal is. You take out saber-toothed cats.
But you
Afro-
have guns there.
fight dinosaurs.
Afro,
Yeah.
are you telling me that you want a cave story?
Oh.
Next
They're
game.
not cavemen in
Next
caves.
game.
That's an editing note, just real quick, so you can cut out Burn making that fucking joke.
Terrible one.
Okay, so we went through Electronic Arts.
No, there was also all the Star Wars games that didn't
Yeah, whatever.
actually exist.
All right,
They
post in the
showed-
comments what you think the next Star Wars game is called.
Like they had like 9 different Star Wars games in one long clip that were in development, but we saw information about basically none of them.
Yeah, they've got to
Looks like they have
capitalize
9.
like fuck on The Force Awakens, dude. That cash cow is rolling
Yeah.
into the station.
Did Bethesda do anything that wasn't Watch Dogs?
Yes.
Didn't
What?
Wait, haven't Bethesda
They do Watch Dogs, right?
No.
haven't Bethesda been
Silly
talking
Billy.
about a completely new game that doesn't have anything to do with Fallout or Oblivion?
Quake.
No. What?
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm sure I saw a headline about that. Talk about something else while I Google this.
Okay. Well, they're talking. They announced.
The pressure's on me.
Oh God. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is being remastered
Oh, right.
for Xbox One,
HD.
PS4, and PC. It says here. Do they really need to remaster it for PC? Like,
Does it come
Not with the
all
modding
DLC or
community. Ha 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 ha.
yeah, exactly. Like, I've actually gotten back into Skyrim briefly. I've actually played it longer than I've spent modding it.
Is that really something you would admit? Are you gonna cut that out?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut that out. Let me make an editor note. Okay,
Oh,
got
God.
that.
Your mic is a lot louder than
Yeah,
Shantari's when you do
I'll
that.
probably actually have to like cut that out. just the clap.
How's that Google search feeling, Shantari?
There
Pretty
was
good.
there was some other interesting stuff that Bethesda announced having to do with VR. They had actually 2 games set up using the HTC Vive. There was Fallout 4 Vive support, which seems like it was working fully. It was the full game, that is. I haven't actually seen gameplay footage of it in VR, but I've heard that you can actually like see the Pip-Boy
Wow.
and you can teleport around. Listen,
That's a
listen.
fucking novel invention
is-
of a
I
Fallout
don't know,
game.
people using VR look so stupid.
Oh,
When I was at London
no.
Comic Con, they had a HTC Vive had a booth.
Here's the thing:
where,
you
like,
don't
people were in
care.
line.
You don't.
Yeah, but it was
care.
hilarious. It was more fun watching them
No, you
than like actually getting online. To
Watching
use
them
it.
trip over invisible chairs
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, it's great.
Hell yeah.
no.
Okay, so Todd Howard said in an interview that Bethesda have 3 longer-term projects that they're working on. They didn't give too many details, but they said they're different from anything they've done before, so we can assume it's new IP. It's not Fallout or Oblivion or what.
Working on.
I can't
three
wait
new
for them
Elder
to make a
Scrolls
team.
games.
I need to
shooter.
stop calling it Oblivion. Someone in the YouTube comments is gonna like slay me for calling it Oblivion instead of the Elder Scrolls.
Oh, what about Daggerfall?
Good
Yeah.
one.
What about Daggerfall?
What
What
about it? I've never played it.
Well, now don't you look the fool?
Yeah. Damn.
Also, apparently there's an Easter egg that players haven't found in Fallout 4 yet. Wow.
Wow.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Did Microsoft do anything?
Yeah. They announced.
Didn't they announce a new Xbox?
No, they
or
announced 2 new Xboxes. They
something? Nice.
they announced the Xbox One S.
The
So
Slim.
Xbox, the X Bones, I guess, is what it's going to be hyphenated to.
Ugh.
It's apparently just smaller and cheaper. It was like what, $300?
Yeah, $300.
That's-
It looks really nice, and that's super cheap. So
Yeah,
it almost made me
almost-
want to buy an Xbox One, even though I would not play it at all. Be nice
Yeah.
to have
Just for looks.
just to have it, but
another thing they announced, which PC users might be interested in, is that they're focusing all of their games to be both Xbox One and PC compatible.
Yeah, but didn't they say
But-
that last E3?
But it's Windows 10 exclusive, so everybody's got.
Well, okay, you say that as if it's like part of the Windows 10 meme where they're forcing everyone to upgrade, but the real reason
They
for that
are.
is because it uses DirectX 12, which is only compatible with the Windows 10 API. So
Listen, let me believe in my conspiracy theories.
it's all right. I appreciate your tinfoil hat conspiracies.
Once Windows 10 is installed on all PCs, then the New World Order can begin. Yeah.
When Skynet finally takes over. Yeah.
So you said 2 Xboxes. What's the other one?
the
Project
other one.
Scorpio.
Yeah. Why don't you explain it, Afro?
It's Xbox 2.
I
That's
mean,
it.
yeah, that's what it is. It's supposedly their next generation console.
Is it like the beefier PS4 for VR but Xbox?
But didn't the Xbox One come out like 2 years ago?
Yes.
Microsoft has a lot of money, man. Actually, the owner of Microsoft is Bill Gates, if you didn't know
Really?
that.
Oh my god.
I don't think he's still involved.
Little
is he?
life hack
He's
for...
on
Well,
the
William Gates, whatever his son's name is, dude.
William Gates. It didn't pass to his son. It's not like a.
It's not like,
It's like-
royalty. It doesn't just like pass through
Yes,
the
it is,
family line.
actually.
Archduke Bill Gates.
Archduke William Gates. He's inherited the throne from
Look
his
at the
father.
fucking Osborne family, dude.
From what I've heard,
What?
That's a royalty right
You mean
there.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, his family, that's royalty right
What?
there. His son is famous now, and he's
I'm pretty
not
sure
famous.
Ozzy's kid didn't just like inherit Black Sabbath.
The fame, the money.
yeah.
I-
I don't know how
He
to
didn't
respond
inherit
to
it.
this.
It's just by relation that he's famous.
I just want to explain that the Xbox 2 is because of Bill Gates.
I don't.
Alright.
In some
Okay,
way.
so
In
if
some
you-
indirect
You
way.
made that connection.
In some indirect way.
If
Oh,
you take
okay.
one headline away from this Ripcast episode, it's that the Xbox 2 is like Ozzy Osbourne's son.
Ozzy Osbourne got divorced recently, didn't he?
Yeah.
I saw Ozzy Osbourne live. the
I heard he
previous
was
weekend.
cheating with his.
Wait, was he at
He was at Download
England?
Festival. Black Sabbath were playing the headliner on the Saturday night at Download Festival, one of their final shows before they retire.
Did he just break down into tears because he got
got divorced?
divorced? Yeah. Not sure I want to say such a vulgar word on the podcast, but I guess there's no.
Wait, did he get divorced? I
Hang
thought
on,
I saw a headline that Sharon Osbourne was at Download Festival. So
Who even knows or cares?
yeah, I don't really give
I
a shit.
care.
One thing I wanted to say about the Xbox One and Project Scorpio, I heard they're supposed to be like the Project Scorpio is just supposed to be like a really beefed up version of Xbox One, and they'll play the same games.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, is that because VR is like a thing that's starting to take off, that the console manufacturers don't want to be left behind on it, so they're releasing like the beefier PS4 with the PSVR, and now Microsoft are doing like the same thing with Project Scorpio.
Are they making a beefier PS4 as well?
Yeah.
Nintendo, however, is not on board with VR yet until it becomes more mainstream.
that would make sense.
I'll tell you what fucking Nintendo is on board with, which is new Legend of Zelda games.
That's all they needed to do this E3.
And I don't like the look of the new Zelda game.
Oh Lord!
Aw,
Here we
it's so
go.
pretty, though.
It's
No,
I
I
hate the
don't mean like
bloom.
the aesthetic look. I like the graphics are nice. It's a little overbloomy, but like just
You
the
not like the open
gameplay.
world
The gameplay
aspect?
doesn't feel like Zelda to me at all. I think they're going completely the wrong
They
direction.
took motion controls out of that shit, and I couldn't be happier. So
Yeah, that's good. But like, if it looks like they fucking reskinned The Witcher.
oh my
yeah.
God, you're right. Holy shit!
It's not like an adventure, like an action adventure game anymore. It's they're turning it into like an RPG, and I really don't like that. I mean, I appreciate a lot of people have wanted like an RPG Zelda for a long time, but personally, I really like the action adventure Zelda, where it's all like puzzle solving shit.
I feel like that's still gonna exist.
What's the last Zelda you played, Shantari?
What's the one after Twilight Princess? Is it just Skyward Sword?
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, Twilight Princess is the last one I played.
I think that the overworld is going to be like that big open exploration type map, but I think the dungeons are probably still going to be like Zelda dungeons. I can't imagine they.
The thing is, they've taken the linearity away because non-linear games are like really popular now. But I think like the linearity of Zelda is one of its strengths.
I mean, they were saying they were trying to make it more like the original Zelda, which wasn't linear at all.
Oh well, yeah, but like okay, I'm talking in terms of 3D Zeldas. Like I like the 2D Zelda games. Don't get me wrong, but
I
we're
hope
so
you guys
used to
are
a
excited
certain
to
brand of 3D.
run around
Zelda.
that gigantic world with a candle, burning every single bush imaginable, trying to find the last dungeon.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine doing that in the 3D space?
Yeah, that'd be a fucking nightmare, dude. It'd be almost as bad as collecting those fucking bullshit tears in Twilight Princess.
oh my God, that was the worst part of Twilight Princess. I agree.
Did the HD version of Twilight Princess come out yet?
Yes.
I don't think so. Oh,
Is it out
It's been
for Wii U? Oh shit!
I need to find a reason to play it.
I need a reason to pay $60 to play Twilight Princess
Oh
again.
God, is it really
City
$60?
dollars.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
no, thank you. I like the whole parry system and how Zelda seems to want to be Dark Souls, which is fine.
Or Wind Waker, because Wind Waker did it first.
Oh shit!
I mean, Wind Waker is probably my favorite Zelda in the entire world. Yes, even the Triforce hunting. Fuck
In
you.
case, you know.
Like I don't think they could screw up a Zelda game. I don't think they'd allow themselves to screw up a Zelda.
Did you
game.
see
Okay.
Skyward Sword?
It wasn't bad.
They fucked it up.
Oh Lord, is this really gonna become like Skyward Sword was the worst game ever?
Fire Sword.
It's not the
Discussion.
worst game ever. You know, I played through like a lot of it. I just wasn't into it.
See, that's how I think this new Zelda's going to be for me. I didn't play Skyward Sword, so I never got that. But looking at this game, I feel like I'm just going to play it for like a few hours and get a little bit in and just be like, I'm not having fun.
Well,
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I got I'm hoping
You're
that
on the
it'll be
hype train.
great. But I hate the
I'm on the
bloom,
hype
dude.
train.
I can't stand the bloom. I actually want to die.
Did
in
you
real
rub
life.
your hands on your face
Yes,
as you were saying
yes,
that?
I
Yeah, I
did.
can hear it.
Exasperation.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I hate
burn.
it so much. It's like, why do you do that? Nobody likes that shit. Who fucking fogs up their game and calls it good? That's all they did. They fucking breathed on it and they were like, this is perfect.
Sorry
I
to
hate
hear
it.
that.
I want to die. Anyway, let's move on.
Ubisoft. That's how you pronounce it,
Did
right?
nothing.
Hey,
Moving on.
Also known as Ubisoft.
They announced Watch Dogs 2 and For Honor. I don't know what For Honor is.
Next game.
Uh,
Next company.
uh,
we
South
talked
Park
about that
RPG.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh no! Don't skip past the South Park RPG. The
Yeah.
fucking the Stick of Truth was sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah, Stick of Truth is godlike.
What's the new one called? It's like Shattered
Fractured
Butthole.
Butthole.
Fractured Butthole. That's it.
Is this the one where you play as a superhero
Yes.
or something? And
It's supposed to be the
superhero's name is,
Civil
like,
War
the
parody
Coon
game.
Yeah.
or something.
Rec,
Oh,
did
that
you not
sounds
play
awesome.
the other South Park game?
I saw it. It looked alright.
It's really good. If
It
you,
looks-
I mean, if
it-
you're a fan of South
The
Park,
gameplay looked cool, but I'm not a fan of South
if you
Park in
hate
the
South
slightest.
Park, then you'll hate the game because it's basically like
Yeah.
an episode of South Park, or like a South Park movie with some gameplay in between.
Yeah,
Great.
I remember
Yeah, I
being
don't
really
like that.
impressed with how it was exactly like a show that you could play.
Exactly like a show.
I think my favorite
Not
thing
sure
about
which
that
show,
game
but-
was no matter what you named your character, you were called douchebag,
Yeah,
which was great. 10 out of 10.
they really
games
nailed the
should do
humor
that.
in that. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Ubisoft has also announced Star Trek Bridge Crew, which apparently lets players use virtual reality to simulate being captain or crew on a Star Trek ship.
Oh yeah, wasn't that something?
We did that at MacFest.
Did we do
Technically.
that at MacFest?
It wasn't an official Star Trek one, but
Yeah.
it was
But it's the
basically
same
a simulator.
concept.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that game that we played at MagFest, I already forgot the name.
Star Horizon.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh,
But
I actually remembered it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I think it's Starship Horizon. Or
if I could
something like
do that in VR and we could all be in like the same ship.
Yeah, I
using
can see
VR.
how that would be a lot of fun, like actually like sitting at your computer doing it. Or whatever.
Yeah,
Because it was really tough to like communicate in that, loud hall.
Oh, imagine Burn.
Oh
you're,
yeah,
like,
the
standing
one we
at the
did with you,
helm.
Burn, was terrible.
Oh, that's a different game, Burn.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, but I
We're
mean
talking
what
about
you
the other
guys did before was similar to it though, right?
No, we were in like in
Yeah.
a quiet room.
Yeah,
We were able to hear each other.
Yeah, that would have been better.
not as many distractions. It was like a mission without like other player characters around. I don't know. It was very strange. Anyways, I think games like that can really highlight how VR. It doesn't need to be just gimmicky motion control.
How often are you
Shit.
using VR these days, Beef?
I'm getting it maybe once a day.
Oh,
I-
Beef, did you
been-
get that the Reaper simulator?
I
Does
mean,
it
I
just
got
spin
it.
you around?
No, what it does, you can pick up his guns, fire them off, throw them away, and just like reach into yourself and pull out some more.
Yeah, it's really just a complete tech demo that has tracers guns.
And who made the demo?
I
Was
don't
it-
know. It's
not
no one
Blizzard.
official. Yeah, it's just some indie developer who wanted to play around with it. And yeah, you don't even start with Reaper's guns on the table. You actually just reach behind your back and you can pull them out and shoot them,
That's cool.
and then just toss them away when you're done. But yeah, other than that, it's nothing much.
All right. Have we got any other E3 news?
We have
There's
tons of
E3
E3 news.
but-
We haven't even gone over Sony yet, and Sony has so much bullshit.
All right, well, fucking
What
lay it
about-
on
what about
thick, sugar
from-
tits.
Okay, I fucking
Wait, what
love
about from
Sony
Soft
because they
Print?
started out their conference by trying to summon video games through orchestra. And it was someone got possessed on stage, and it was beautiful.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. And then they dove right into God of War 4, which
All right.
I've never really played the God of War games, but, you know, that was really
All right,
cool.
here we
Wait,
go.
when did the last God of War game come out? That was a
A
long,
long
time
time
ago.
ago in a
Holy
galaxy far, far away.
That was PS3 God of War?
PS2.
No, PS3 God of War 3. Come on, Burn.
I've never played God of War.
You kill Zeus.
I mean, thanks for the spoiler.
Spoilers. What
Oh,
the
wow.
fuck?
I didn't even tell you the spoilers that Zeus is his dad.
Oh. Oh
Anyways,
my god. Alright,
this-
so
okay.
anyway, Sony was probably the best show that I've ever seen in a long time. And you know what? Microsoft did their thing this year, and I was really proud of them because
Dude,
they're-
Microsoft won.
Dude, Microsoft had a good
Microsoft
show.
won.
Did anyone announce any new Plants vs.
When they announced that like
No.
finally Fast Fun 3, dude, I am I am
But
all
Sony-
for that
pimping
game.
your video.
Yeah,
really,
go
the
watch me a
podcast?
video.
You made a
Everyone
video,
pause the podcast and go and watch
I
Afro.
made a video
latest
making
music
fun of
video.
Microsoft E3.
It was good. I like that.
Like,
Check that out, youtube.com/after.
yeah, only F.
All right, let's reverse rewind. Go back to God of War. I want to talk about how it looks like The Last of Us God of War.
What?
Like just the camera style that they showed.
Oh,
at
it's
the
the thing where
beginning.
you were complaining about over-the-shoulder camera.
Yes, and how I hate it.
I mean,
And
that's
it-
just God of War. It's like
Yeah.
No, God of War doesn't have
No.
over-the-shoulder camera.
they
like
not?
God
that.
of War was something
I thought
different.
God of War
No.
was third person. Am I high?
I mean,
It
it's
is
third
third
person, but it's
person.
not over the shoulder.
What's the difference? Oh, is he in the center of the screen in the other games and not in
Yeah.
this one?
But I mean, just the way the story was set up, it looked exactly like The Last of Us, like Kratos following a young child, helping them survive in this wacky
Yeah, I
world that they
remember
live
when
in.
Kratos showed up in The Last of Us.
And then they it's basically what it is. It's basically the same game. Kratos
But
has a
The
beard
Last
now.
of Us is about zombies, and God of War is about killing gods.
Same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not
Same
saying the
fucking
plots
thing.
are the same. I'm saying the presentation that they had was sort of similar. They have
So basically all you're saying is it's an over-the-shoulder third-person game.
yeah, that's basically all I'm saying. It's maybe not the most valid argument, but
Dude, why has Kratos
not
got like a
about-
fucking big-ass hipster beard?
trying to appeal to that demographic,
Yeah,
the
dude.
Sony demographic.
He's gotta like get some
Buff
stretches.
Hipsters.
It takes place actually in
San
in
Francisco.
a Nordic area,
San Francisco.
and it has Kratos taking on supposedly like the Norse pantheon of gods.
If you
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
see
he
what
worked his way
Kratos,
through the fucking Greeks, so he gotta
Yeah.
do something new.
if you guys want to see
Exactly.
what Kratos is going to take on in God of War 4, please look up the Mega 64 leak video for God
Oh,
of War
Lord.
4.
What is it?
It's hilarious, is what it is. Beef put up a
Oh.
link in the YouTube video. Thanks.
I'm not gonna link to.
Shout outs
It
to Mega
takes
64.
3
They
seconds.
do a podcast. It's a little bit smaller than ours, but you know, they
Yeah.
like to shout out the little guys.
Yeah, give him attention.
Shout out to Mega 64. You'll make it big one day. So speaking of making it big,
I get erections sometimes.
yes, and I got an erection when my homeboy Kojima-san appeared on
Oh.
stage during the
Oh,
Sony
yeah.
Oh,
conference.
Death Stranding.
That was the coolest thing ever. When he walked like
When he
on the
walked
dance
ahead of
floor.
the lighting up tiles and made
He
it to
doesn't
the
give
end
a
of the
fuck.
stage, and he was just like, "I'm back." And then everyone applauded, and then his video game demo reel played, and then we had Norman Reedus and
Norman
his
Reedus
Norman
with a
fetus.
fetus attached to him.
Norman Reedus and his Norman fetus, and it was
Oh Lord.
oh god, it was beautiful. Oh, I cried.
But like, I don't know, there wasn't a lot of substance in that.
There was
trailer.
no
It just-
substance.
No, but that's the beautiful thing about Kojima is that he just does shit, and I would follow that man into hell if it meant playing his video games.
But I heard something I heard something interesting recently. I don't really have a source for it, but someone told me that on Kojima's older games, like pre-MGS4, he had another writer that worked with him for a long time, and people were saying that the reason the writing for MGS5 was kind of shit was because that writer doesn't work with him anymore.
Well, that would be a goddamn shame if that were true.
Yeah, so, if Death Stranding ends up being terrible, that would be pretty fucking ripping
It
pepperoonies.
won't be terrible. You're all just a bunch of
babies,
cynics and babies.
So
Cynical babies.
We'll see.
But no Guillermo
see.
del Toro. I'm fucking heartbroken about that.
Yeah.
Well, they might be
Well,
working on
it's not a
something
horror
else together because they before, like, after the whole PT thing, they were talking together about all sorts of making video
Crazy
games.
shit, yeah.
Crazy
I
shit.
hope they do. I really
Yeah.
want to see a Guillermo del Toro video
Wouldn't-
game.
Didn't they have Junji Ito on staff?
Yes,
for
they
PT
did.
as well. What the hell?
That would have been.
It would have been amazing, and then Konami
Junji
shat all over
Ito
them.
del Toro, that would be an amazing collaboration, dude.
Life isn't fair, unfortunately.
There were other horror games that were announced at E3, such as Resident Evil 7.
Hold on, I just looked up Guillermo del Toro. He looks like a slightly younger George R. R. Martin
Kind of.
with less beard.
Let's be,
Looks like George R. R. Martin shaved.
Shoutouts to The Devil's Backbone, one of the best movies I've ever seen.
GG.
So Sony started off by showing a first-person horror game that they said was going to be in their new PSVR headset, and it looked terrifying, honestly.
Spooky.
And it
Looked like PT.
it kind of did look like a wannabe.
Although,
PT,
yeah,
but
when the trailer started playing, like, everybody that I was watching it with was like, "Is this PT? Are we gonna get PT?" Oh. And then the Resident Evil 7 logo
that
showed
surprised
up.
me.
Yeah,
That
it really
me.
surprised me too, and I was really like, it got me excited because I was like, "Wow, a scary Resident Evil game!"
And not only is it Resident Evil, which I've played almost every game in the series after 4, but it is also
Not even close.
but it's also
You played 3 Resident Evil games.
it's also hyping the VR, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah,
Was
you're
there-
really excited about those VR horror games, right, Beef?
I'm listen.
Was there
For-
anything scary in Resident Evil 5?
No.
There was
racism? Was that the game with the racism?
No, there was
scum?
Red-
Yeah.
there was Redfield's biceps. Those are pretty scary.
I'm trying to think. There was something
I
scary.
mean, there
in
was
Resident Evil.
something a
The
little
first
scary.
the first scene in Resident Evil 5 was really scary, where you're overwhelmed by a horde that you can't actually defeat.
Oh,
and you just have
yeah.
to like run away. That was legitimately terrifying to play on like a hard difficulty.
And then we kept dying. Yeah.
And then like after we died a few times, it wasn't scary.
Because there was
anymore.
like 2 or 3 things in Resident Evil 4 that were like super scary. Those invisible things in the castle. What were they? The Iron Maidens in the last area.
Shout out
Resident
to
Evil 4
Iron Maiden. They
wasn't
were at
that
Download
scary.
Festival as well. Sunday night headliners got an 8th T-shirt of Iron Maiden. Pretty good.
And then something
How
else. 'Cause
many
I've-
T-shirts do you have, Shintori? Total.
Enough.
Probably like 25.
So at what percent of that? If we do the math here, what's 8 divided
So
by
like almost a
25?
third.
I mean, that's reasonable.
So 32% of your shirts are Iron Maiden shirts.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, dude.
All right. That's all I got.
Moving on.
Also, Resident Evil 7 is coming to PC, which hopefully means it'll support the HTC Vive, which means I can play it.
I
That's
hope it only supports the Oculus Rift.
oh, listen, we'll get into that.
Beef would be
We
on
will-
Suicide Watch if that happened.
I mean, I wouldn't be that upset.
We won't even have time to put him on Suicide Watch.
Just as soon as the announcement made, he's gonna have the shotgun in his face and the fucking
my God.
toes curled around the trigger.
Holy shit! But didn't you guys play the demo for Resident Evil 7?
I played the demo. For
I
Resident Evil 7.
watched a playthrough of it.
I have it
It's
downloaded
really cool.
and I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
There's
It's
this
got some
bit-
cool things.
Yeah, like basically you're exploring this house essentially, and you've woken up after like whatever, and you eventually find a videotape that you've recorded, and it like shows you walking around this house before as part of like you're probably
Wait, I
like,
don't.
one of those
is
ghost
it-
hunting
was
shows.
the implication that it's you that recorded the video? I thought it
Well,
was
it's someone
else.
recording it. Yeah,
so-
we don't know. Someone recording it, and you get to when you watch the video, you actually take control of the cameraman in the video, so you're actually still
God.
playing the game during the cutscene, and you see all this stuff in the house, like that the other characters that are with you point out, And then when you get back after the video, you can actually go to all the places in the house that were in the video and find stuff that you didn't notice before.
That's pretty cool.
And there's like, depending on what you do in the past, there'll be different things in the present as well.
Just like Chrono Trigger.
So do you think this means the next Resident Evil 7 isn't just going to be a complete shoot 'em up fest?
No, it's definitely not. If it's going to be first
yeah,
person. If it's anything like the demo.
Going back to horror.
Yeah, it's going to be scary.
Oh, Lord. I'm actually
and
going
there's
to shit my
mannequins
pants.
as well, so Afro's going to love it.
And it's coming out, what, January 2017?
Yeah, maybe. I don't
We
know.
confirmed that here first. You heard it here first.
Put it in the first place.
If you haven't watched E3, then you heard it here first.
Anyway, talking of horror demos at E3, they showed a demo for Outlast 2, and it looks pretty spooky, man.
Outlast,
Yeah,
that's the
pretty
game with like the cave monster,
What?
right?
No,
There's like
Outlast, okay. The
cannibals?
first Outlast was set in an insane asylum. There's a huge plot line about it, but basically it's set in an insane asylum, and most of the game is spent running away from this one crazy motherfucker.
He has like a gross looking doctor.
Yeah,
Ooh,
It's like low texture body part.
terrifying.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But the second Outlast doesn't seem to have any like plot relation to the first one. It's just another spooky game where you use a handheld camera as night vision. Yeah, it looks like fun. It looks pretty spooky.
I streamed the first one of that game.
Is it
Outlast
spooky?
1.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
did. I watched that.
That was a long
That
time
was
ago.
that was a long time.
Oh, Afro, what are you going to stream more horror games?
I don't know when B streams his horror game that I told him.
I can't actually play a game
you have
that's
an idea.
designed to be scary. I can't do
Beef
it.
is playing Vampire the Masquerade, and he could barely finish the mansion level.
We've like talked about this in the podcast before. Right?
And I can't. I think about it every time.
Yeah.
Wait, Afro, what was the game that you wanted him to play?
It's called Silent Notes. No,
something like-
Obsession Notes.
Oh, Notes of Obsession. I've seen
Notes of
Markiplier play that.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's not even that game's not even like that scary. There's like
I physically
two jump
can't
scares.
though.
Oh my god, this looks like Slender. Looks like an awful indie
I
horror
want
game.
Beef to play us so bad.
Beef, strap on your big boy pants. I think you
Beef,
can
this
do
is the
it.
least scary horror game I've ever seen. I'm just like scrolling through this video, someone playing it.
I don't like jump scares.
It looks like something someone made in a game jam using like.
Right? It
Jump
probably did,
scares
that's
are
why
so
it's free.
2005, Beef. They're not in anymore.
Oh, that is
This is real fear.
completely wrong.
It looks like a bad version of Amnesia.
Every indie horror game just has the same damn thing. It's jump scare.
Then it
objects
shouldn't
moving
scare
on
you.
their
If
own.
you should expect it. You should be like, oh.
No,
yeah,
it does. It works.
Beef, how
though.
many horror games have you played?
None.
And you're just willing to make a blanket statement about all these indie horror games that people have poured their passion into.
I've occasionally watched a playthrough, like
Oh wow, dude, you've got balls of steel.
and it still scared me.
I remember when we watched Condemned Criminal Origins. We actually let's play that.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
scary
that game.
game, dude. That's
That is
fucked
pretty
up.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty scary.
Silent Hill 2 is a fucked up game.
Is that still scary to this day, despite the?
There was one room that had a mannequin in it. That was.
Yeah, there's every scary game has mannequins. in it.
Why? Like, is it just for
Mannequins
me?
are scary. It's for everyone.
Then it's
Yeah.
not just me that has a fear of mannequin.
Yeah, everyone's afraid of mannequins,
They're pretty
right?
spooky.
It's like that Uncanny Valley thing. Like they're human,
They're
but
mannequins.
they're not.
But
I
they're
think
inanimate.
Afro's got like
Yeah.
a particular fear of mannequins.
I'm
though.
gonna
He's got
spoil
more than
the-
the average amount of spook from mannequins.
The Resident Evil demo, but there are mannequins in it,
Of course.
and like you'll walk up to a room
Why?
that has mannequins in it, and you'll turn around to do something. When you turn back around, the mannequins are facing you. Instead
No,
of facing
I
the
can't
wall.
do
They're
that.
weeping angels too. Oh my god, fuck!
Like,
I'm not touching.
they're
that.
always weeping angels.
When
It's
is someone
so
going to make
scary.
an actual horror game based on like a Weeping Angels type enemy?
No, please.
There is. There are indie games.
That's
they
Slender.
spawn
Yeah,
That's
but they're
Slenderman.
like really bad. No, because Slender Man like still moves when you
it.
look
He's like
at
a
him.
weeping angel
He's not.
Okay.
in a way.
No, I
The way
mean like
the way
like,
indie
properly.
games treat him.
Yeah.
The way indie games treat him is as soon as you stop looking at him, he kills you.
Oh wait, actually, that reminds me.
Just like Minecraft.
They made a game about that SCP that if you don't
Oh,
look
the
at
big
him,
baby.
he moves around.
Yeah.
The big statue one.
Yeah.
You have a blink button.
Yes,
Are
actually,
you
no,
talking
it's a blink.
about-
It's a blink meter. Like you
Are
have
you
to
talking
like.
about SCP Containment Breach? Because I'm pretty sure that's been out forever now.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
been out
it's been
forever.
out
The
for
one
a
where you have
long
to
time.
blink.
Yeah, you have to.
They've actually added way more SCPs to that now. It's been continually updated. The last time I checked, last time I saw someone play through it, there were like 5 or 6.
No, because we actually back when it was coming out and they were updating it then too. We had Swix play through it and stream it.
Oh shit, I remember that too.
Yeah, that was good shit. He almost made it out one time, and then he at the very end he got murdered somehow.
Did you stream that? Because I feel like I remember it.
I streamed that once, I think. But that was probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I wasn't even born yet.
Back in
Back in the old days.
But yeah, Beef, stream some games.
I will stream some games.
You'll get a lot of viewers if you force yourself to have a bad time.
That's so.
People like watching other people suffer.
The only
humans are such assholes.
Just deal with it for a bit.
What if I want to be a huge bitch?
You'll actually enjoy.
Well, then mission accomplished.
I promise you'll enjoy it.
Okay, you've convinced me to think it over again.
You've convinced me to think about it some more. Now I'm going to be scared thinking about it.
You have nightmares tonight.
Can we talk about something happy like
Kirby?
No.
I want to fucking know.
Are we wrapping up the E3? Is anyone going?
There's still some other games though.
Like what in E3?
Ukulele.
No, Ukulele. Okay, yes,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
game. What's wrong with Ukulele? You want to fight?
It was at E3.
I agree, Shintori.
I'm just not interested, even slightly.
I wasn't really.
I don't know.
And I thought it was great that they were making that. But I watched the trailer from E3 and I was like, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're
looks
making
good.
it because I know it's a game that a lot of people want, but I just have no investment in that game at all.
That's fine.
I'm going to give it a hearty try.
Me too.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the right game. It's the one that's supposed to be like Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't From Software announce some stuff
Did
this
they?
week too? Yeah, they said they're working on 3 games.
Oh my god.
Working on New Armored Core.
All of them Dark Souls.
They're working on a dark fantasy game that's not a sequel to Dark Souls.
Sci-fi Souls.
I'm hyped.
Cyberpunk Souls.
No, they said dark fantasy action RPG.
They already made Steampunk Souls, so they.
And they said something totally
Okay,
new.
wait, rewind. Bloodborne is not steampunk.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to fight?
You ride on like a big zeppelin.
Yeah. Your hat has some
Remember that
cogs
part?
on it.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
Gwent?
Gwen.
Gwen's-
You want me to talk about Gwen?
Oh.
Well, if anyone out there played The Witcher 3, pretty small game. Not a lot of people, There was a card game inside the game that you played with other people that was not really like MTG or Hearthstone. It was more like, it was a lot more simple than games like that. But they're making it into a fully fledged game because a lot of people really enjoyed it. And it's basically like they've just cut the game out of The Witcher 3 and put it on its own little standalone thing.
I've heard. How are they going to balance that though? Because if I recall correctly, a lot of the balance in The Witcher was thrown out the window when you just collected the best cards.
Yeah,
And you
I'm
just
sure.
became unstoppable.
I'm sure they're gonna make some modifications to the game because if they just released as a standalone as it is, it'd be pretty broken. Because it's like obviously somewhat stacked in favor of the player in The Witcher 3, right?
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna change it up quite a lot, but same base game.
I might get into it. Card games have been tough for me to get into, especially.
You just don't like any
Hearthstone.
competitive game.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't stand losing for some reason.
I find
Just
Hearthstone
cave under pressure.
incredibly
I
boring.
can't stand losing.
I find Hearthstone so boring,
I like Hearthstone.
which is weird because I really like MTG, but Hearthstone, no,
Well, Hearthstone's no Magic the Gathering.
it's not.
So speaking of games from E3,
Mm-hmm.
what was that one where you play as Ygritte from Game of Thrones shooting robots?
What?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Horizon
What?
something?
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I think
It's
so.
when you play as like a post-apocalyptic a human lady.
A post-apocalyptic person?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Shit.
A
A
person.
ghoul?
Let me try that again. A person
No,
in
it's
a
okay.
post-apocalyptic setting fighting robot dinosaurs and other creatures, robotic in nature.
This chick has got like a really chubby face for some reason.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, seems like a lot of fun. It's like Monster Hunter with robots.
Yeah, I think it
Sorta.
looks great, and I'm actually really excited for that.
Like, she looks really stupid in this picture. I'm not wrong, right?
Put that in the
Maybe,
video.
let's find out. I'm gonna click this shit. Yeah, she kind of looks stupid in that picture.
A little bit. I mean, I find the premise kind of dumb, but I'm willing to suspend my.
So is it just like
Disbelief.
dinosaur robots and Monster Hunter,
Yeah.
but with robot dinosaurs?
From what we've
Yeah.
been shown so far, yeah.
That sounds
Just-
like a lot of fun. Is it PS4 exclusive?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it is. My interest just died.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Sean Turner, I'm gonna buy you a PS4. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty swell.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I'm happy just the fact that there are good games out there. That
No.
God bless Sony.
yeah, they're doing good work.
Oh, actually, the guy I'm living with next year has a PS4. I can just like hijack that shit.
I was gonna say just jack it.
Yeah,
And then jack
Steal it.
him.
not
take it the
necessarily in
PS4.
that order. Yeah, like I could jack him for the PS4.
Yeah.
Oh my
GG.
god.
Although I feel like one PS4 is not one jacking. I feel like I'm gonna have to
Oh,
submit
yeah.
a lot of jackings to get that PS4.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be every use stint, right? Every time we use the PS4.
I'm not sure I want to play a PS4 that badly.
I mean, hey, if Horizon Zero Dawn's any good.
We'll see.
All you gotta
God
do
of
is
War
just
4.
stack up the jacks. All you gotta do is save them
Yeah,
up.
if you're really bored one day,
I'll
just
just give him a quick
get as
jack
many
and
in.
then, yeah.
get as many in
Oh,
one day
you're
as you
talking like a
can.
marathon session.
Yeah.
What constitutes one jack, though?
I mean, I think we know.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
that shit, Terry. You gotta get to the end. You can't just.
Oh my
I
god.
can just leave it hanging, dude.
Overwatch, yeah.
Then it'd be really
Overwatch,
easy.
hey.
Wait, if my wrist gets tired and he's not finished,
Overwatch
does that
is
count as
out.
one jack because I've technically put
No.
in the effort.
Been out for a month. We can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
already
kidding?
a
I
good
still
game.
play that
We
shit
actually-
like every day.
We can talk about what's coming out soon in Overwatch.
In
Or we can talk
Overwatch,
about
like
Passion
competitive
House.
modo da.
Yeah. Well, first let's talk about the nerfs. McCree and Widowmaker got nerfed because they were ridiculously broken in high
Quote
level play.
unquote.
Well,
I'm-
McCree could melt tanks way too fast, so they nerfed his fan hammer damage, which is pretty reasonable for me.
You
Yeah.
can still kill anyone.
McCree did not need a nerf, to be
Yes,
He did. He melded
Fan
tanks
the
way
hammer.
too
The game
fast.
needed fixes before
You could-
nerfs. Like,
you could
fix
kill-
Roadhog, fix...
What do you mean fix?
Roadhog
Hanzo.
heals too much.
No, the hitboxes on Roadhog are broken with the chain. You
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
Oh.
get chained, like, through walls, and it's sometimes really
Well,
glitchy.
that's not a
because-
hitbox
that's
problem.
because the
That's a
system-
netcode problem.
Well,
Yeah, the system
fix that.
favors the.
Well,
If
that's
you
not
can't
like a
fix
simple.
somebody's-
What do you want? Do you want Blizzard to personally go to everyone's house and install fiber internet connections? Like, it's not
I
that
love
easy.
that.
Oh yeah, I
Make
bought
it
their
not
game. They should
client
cater
side.
to me.
What do you mean make it not client
Hanzo's
side?
hitboxes, if you shoot an arrow between Farah's legs, Farah gets fucking torso shot. There's
Yeah,
a video about that. Yeah, that's...
Because there's no other way to hit with him.
Are you... Get good is another really satisfying 100% easy way. Click here to
I
watch
legit
the
don't know
Fury
what you're
video.
talking about right now.
He's talking about hitboxes not being 100% matched. up
How
to
Hanzo
models.
shoots an entire log at people.
Yeah,
Okay,
how
yeah,
the-
the hitbox arrow for Hanzo.
Alright,
the
so
arrow hitbox
speaking
Hanzo is pretty fun.
Of body shots and Widowmaker. Widowmaker could kill Tracer and Zenyatta. And like just shooting them anywhere.
It's not even just the fact that she could one shot those two heroes. It's just that she could like completely wipe out an enemy team in about 5 seconds with the quick scope and with the body shot damage.
Yeah.
So what the nerf did is they nerfed the quick scope. Okay, so for people who don't play Overwatch, what you could do is after you shot with Widowmaker, there's typically like a kind of like bolt action reload sort of animation. But what you could do is scope out and back in really quickly, and you could fire faster, which made her just ridiculously broken in the hands of good players because a
could
high level
also-
player could wipe a whole team in 5 seconds flat.
You could also just keep on scoping really quick to get more vision as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Also, her
The head-
ultimate charged way too fast.
her headshot damage stayed the same though. So as long as you're good, there's
Yeah.
really no issue.
Yeah,
Like
she's
her
still
roll's
good.
the same.
I honestly still think she needs a little bit of a nerf to her close
she-
range abilities because she's got an ability that like notifies her if anyone's sneaking up on her, and then she's got some of the best close range combat in the game. It's kind of ridiculous.
Widowmaker still feels really good.
She's got a tiny hitbox and she's got a gun that has more DPS than Soldier 76's. Like,
What?
yeah, if
Really?
you run the numbers, like damage per second on a gun is
At close
better than
range.
Soldier. Yeah, at very close range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of dumb, but okay. Zenyatta also got a pretty big shield buff, which makes
Did he?
it actually enjoyable to play as him now.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be.
Yeah, Zenyatta's a cool hero.
I like him. He's good.
Play as him if you're listening.
So what about this competitive format thing that they announced?
Okay, so I watched a tournament a few weeks ago for Overwatch on Take TV, and the format they did is basically one team is the attacking team first, the other team is the defending team. The attacking team, however many objectives they get in their time limit, then the other team has to try and beat that, or if they like get all the objectives, they have to get all the objectives in a shorter amount of time, and that's how you win, right?
That's pretty.
Sounds good.
I guess.
And Blizzard are doing the same thing, but the problem people are saying with the Blizzard format is they're not doing like the time thing. So if both teams get all the objectives, then regardless of how quickly either team did it, they'll still go to sudden death.
Huh.
And how does sudden death work?
I actually have no idea how the sudden death works, but I assume it's like first objective wins or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's a control point.
Maybe it goes to King of the Hill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
King of the Hill is the sudden death.
But it's kind of bullshit that if you get like a steamroll victory, like you win in 2 minutes, that you might still have to play against a team in sudden death that took like 15 minutes to beat you. But yeah,
that's how it is in Smash too.
Yeah, because we should definitely be looking to Smash for competitive.
Smash is pretty competitive. Dude, Melee?
Yeah.
It's competitive. I didn't say it's good.
Oh,
Damn.
Shit, firing shots. I actually don't know shit about Melee. I probably shouldn't fire shots. I don't know jack about it.
Fucking Infiltration's gonna come into this podcast and like sort you
Slap
out.
me about.
Infiltration does not play Melee.
Yeah, our guest editor, Infiltration.
He's not a Melee player.
Anyway, Overwatch Competitive is probably going to launch later this month. There's been a load of leaked information about it from Koreans. They're going to have a golden gun system.
What?
Whoa.
You mean like you get a golden gun that kills people in one shot?
No,
but it looks cool, and if people see you with it, they'll be like, wow, that guy shoots a lot of bullets.
So how do you get those weapons?
It's like if you're good in
well
ranked,
yeah,
if you do well in competitive, then you like get points to go towards having these golden guns, like Call of Duty.
It's only per season, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I probably won't play that mode.
I will.
I definitely will.
Too stressful.
We're gonna have a RIPcast competitive Overwatch team.
Oh, that could be fun, actually.
Yeah,
but you're not gonna play.
If everybody in here played and we did Silent Kinjail, yeah. Have the RIPcast competitives.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that shit. I'm really looking forward to seeing like how I rank compared to other people, because right now it's like you don't know if you're even good at the game or not.
I feel like I'm flexing my Junkrat muscles.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know what slot I'd fit into on like an actual team.
Trash.
Trash slot.
Yeah, you can just be like the Reinhardt that holds down right click the whole fucking game.
I mean, yeah, you'll be fine.
That's after
Press Q every now and then when enemies grouped up, you'll be good.
Dude, I have 10 hours played as Reinhardt, and I have 12 hours played total.
I have 11 hours as Junkrat, and no, I have 12 hours as Junkrat. And
Are you a Junkrat player?
I love Junkrat. Yeah. That motherfucker.
I love spamming left click and praying to 7 deities that I get a kill.
Oh my. No, listen, you bounce that shit off of walls and then surprise people, and it's fucking funny. When they get near you...
It's Demo Man if he had infinite ammo.
And when you just throw you just throw your mine and then blow it up midair and just kill them for free. Yeah, it's pretty bullshit.
It's great. It's so easy. Junkrat's the best character.
I'm pretty sure I've got 40 hours as Genji now.
Damn.
Oh my god, you've played 40 hours of Overwatch?
I've played a lot more than 40 hours of Overwatch.
I've played like no Overwatch since it came out.
Oh my god.
I'm only like level 20.
How are we gonna have a competitive team if you assholes don't play the game?
Oh, because I'm already better than everyone, so
I disagree.
Need the practice.
Lamau.
I disagree heavily.
I'll 1v1 you, Shantai, right now.
You sure you want to do that?
Genji versus Genji.
Alright, we're doing that after this podcast is finished.
So anyway, Overwatch is a great game, and I enjoy it a lot.
What other games do you enjoy, Bern?
I enjoy Kirby Planet Robobot.
All right, so tell me this, Bern. Is it not a child's game anymore? Like, is it not?
Are you
like...
kidding? They've always been
Planet
children's
Robobot.
games.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop it from being fucking good, though.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like you know, in Kirby games, you'll like find shit and stages or whatever. You find them all. You get the secret last boss or whatever. You know, there's a bunch of bullshit in there. And like that, some of them, like the later game ones, are kind of hard. They'll make you think, but like it's not anywhere near what Dreamland 3 did, like back in the day, because that shit was fucking crazy. All the shit you had to do.
I remember Nightmare in Dreamland. That boss was fucking insane.
The vampire nightmare?
Yeah, the vampire thing. I remember being stuck on that for.
Oh, dude, I beat that shit when I was fucking 5. I had my mother and my father watching me play that, and they was like, "You're like Dustin, keep your health above his. You can do it." It was fucking hype.
Oh my
dude.
God!
I used to do the same thing.
Dude,
when I
it
was
was
a kid,
amazing.
when I was on the last boss of the video game.
But
Like,
yeah, no. So Kirby,
Mom, get the camera.
but Kirby Planet Rebubblebot is So I saw this game and I thought the robot in it would be some stupid fucking gimmick that I wouldn't want anything to do with. But you get that shit, you hop into it, it turns pink, and you flex, and then you start destroying everything, and it feels so good. Because the robot can copy powers and stuff too, and you get super unique Robobot abilities.
So wait, you can get like Cutter Robot?
Yes, you can get Cutter Robot, Sword Robot, like Psychic Robot.
That's
like,
awesome.
Like all sorts of shit, and like it's so good. It's got this crazy shit where you can like go into the background or the foreground sometimes, like. And then one of the wheel power actually lets you go into the background or the foreground. Whenever that's possible.
Right.
And so that's really cool, and it's just the way that whole game just like works together with itself and all the things that it does. It's a lot of fun, and if you're on the fence about it or you want a Kirby game, I would highly, highly recommend it, because I beat that shit the other day, and let me tell you, that last boss is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. It's 100% the coolest shit.
I believe you.
Please play Kirby Planet Rebubblebot.
This episode of the RIPcast brought to you by Kirby, a Planet Robobot.
Shoutouts to HAL Laboratories.
Yeah. HAL has made very good games.
I agree completely. But I'm playing through that shit as Meta Knight right now, and that is just great. It's good. I can't even. I love this game.
Are you pressing it against your face right now, Brent?
Yes. I love this game. It's so good. Anyway, that's my recommendation for the week.
Hype.
Shoutouts to Kirby.
For the week. What about all the other weeks that we missed your recommendations for?
I recommend the Resident Evil 7 demo last week. And then before that, I would...
can we not go back all the way to when we start? And
whatever.
Figure out what games we recommend?
Make a list one day. Put it on Twitter.
I'd be down.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
But anyway,
.com.
So this month, June 2016, is also the month
Hopefully
that
the podcast comes out this month.
2 other games come out for the PS4. One of them being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Eyes of Heaven.
Is it another fighting game?
Sort of. It's
kind of.
more
it's
like
weird Naruto.
Yeah,
there's a demo out if you want to try it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I tried it already. And I liked it, so I'll probably end up picking that up also. But it's super cool. Japanese voice acted, because they sure as hell don't want to spend the money on English voice actors for this game.
Makes sense.
Don't blame them. Play it smart. But that was fantastic. If you love JoJo, you'll love that.
Can we talk about how good this JoJo season is?
Oh, hold on, but that reminds me that Persona 5 is not going to have Japanese voice acting for.
They don't have
the
dual
North
audio.
American release. No dual audio.
That must be real terrible
isn't
for you.
Too surprising, considering all the other Persona
I
games
always-
have dual audio.
I always just left it on English. I thought the English was fine.
Yeah,
All of you just went silent. I must have
Yeah.
Ooh, Bird,
Yeah,
we can't be friends
I saw
anymore.
some YouTube clips of the English voice actors for that game, and they seem pretty shit to me.
Oh no.
I mean, you get used to it pretty quickly, but I mean, Persona 4's voice acting was just as ridiculous. That was fine, I
Ridiculous.
guess.
But speaking of anime-ass fucking games, also on this month, on the same day that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven comes out, Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness comes out.
That is a great.
Integrity and faithfulness.
That is a
Integrity-
great subtitle.
Integrity and Faithlessness. I'm gonna
First
be up
Star
front.
Ocean-
I haven't played a Star Ocean game since Star Ocean 2.
First Star Ocean came out July 19th, 1996.
Oh,
It's pretty
boy.
hardcore. I did, however, I never played the original Star Ocean one, but I played the remake for the PSP, which basically turned it into Star Ocean 2.
My only exposure to Star Ocean is The Escapist used to have a show called Unskippable, where they would like take the piss out of cutscenes that were unskippable, and they did an episode on Star Ocean. That is the only time I've ever even thought about, seen, listened to.
Yeah.
Was it,
the only
wait, hold up.
experience I
Was
have
he
with
going
Star
on about
Ocean
the
is
PSP
awful.
version? Do you remember?
It was just like the original Star Ocean, I'm pretty sure. What
Oh,
was that shit on? It was
Oh, I
like
don't know,
PS1
maybe-
or some shit.
PS what?
The only Star Ocean experience I have is the terrible anime based off of it.
Oh god, I never watched that.
You've watched a lot of terrible animes based off stuff.
But the
Yeah.
the PSP version of Star Ocean 2 and Star Ocean 1 actually
Oh no,
like,
yeah, it was PS2. sorry,
default you could not skip that shit. You had to wait until they like actually acted out their voice lines to like press the continue button. You could change that in the option menus, which is bullshit because I went through like half the game without realizing that, and I'm like, I read all this shit. I don't want to listen to your dots for 6.5 years. Just let me press the button and move on.
It's the game's fault.
It's the game's fault. But yeah, Star Ocean 5. Kind of excited. Hopefully it'll be good.
I'm sure it
Alright.
won't.
I've just forgotten what I wanted to talk about. Fuck.
I know what I want to talk about.
Oh no, I've
it is a
remembered.
bit.
Hang on, I want to pause away from video
Big-
games again for
Never
a second.
Okay.
Have any of you guys ever watched the YouTube series Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
Yes.
Oh, they made a new video.
Yeah, the final concluding episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared came out on Father's Day.
Let's not spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I would say any fans of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared who like are kind of interested in what the whole thing's been about, watch the final episode, because it kind of like ties the whole thing together and it all starts making sense when it previously hasn't made any, even slightly.
That's the really
Yeah,
weird YouTube series with like the guys in the
Yeah, it's the one
costumes.
that's like it presents as like
That
a
has
kids
terrified
learning
me.
show that like turns into some kind of horrifying.
If you're scared so easily.
I really am. I
Wait,
don't
so
know
how
why.
many episodes is the thing? Because I think I've only watched 2 or 3.
It's 6
It's 7
episodes.
now.
Okay.
Isn't it?
6 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's also the Kickstarter video that's kind of relevant, but
Are they any good? Because I liked 1 and 2, and
They're
I
all
don't actually
really
remember
good.
watching 3, so I'm not sure.
they're really good. They're absolutely superb.
Okay.
You know it's good when Shantari breaks out the word superb.
Subarashi!
Today is the start of summer, by the way.
Yeah, summer solstice.
I thought it was yesterday.
Yeah,
oh, it was yesterday night. Yeah. Today's the first full day of summer,
And
though.
let me tell you, I can tell that it is the start of summer. I live here in Los Angeles. Yesterday it got to 120 up in the valley.
Blaze it.
Luckily, I am not in the valley. I'm kind of more closer to the coast.
So it got to 120 degrees
It-
somewhere in the universe, and you're just gonna bitch
Oh
about it.
my god!
I just love going on weather.com during the summer because it's all the headlines are so great. Like right now, I just went there. It says, "Be ready, dangerous day tomorrow in the Midwest."
Well, what if it is?
Yeah,
Like-
people are gonna die.
Speaking, no, never mind. California
Wait,
has erupted
wait,
into
what do you mean?
flames.
Hang on, wait, you can't just drop that off. People are gonna die, and you're gonna say, speaking of people dying?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, even though what I had to say next had nothing to do with people dying. No one has died yet, as far as I know, in the fires.
No one has died.
In the fires that have erupted in California. There's like 3 that just, I almost want to say spontaneously combusted, even though it definitely wasn't spontaneous. But it's crazy. It's just all over the news, and
Yeah, it's
people
like-
are
it's
leaving
like-
their homes, and it's totally uncontrolled right now.
Doesn't this shit happen like every year, though?
No,
Oh.
I mean,
I always hear about California wildfires during the summer.
yeah, last year wasn't too bad, but what happened
I
this
imagine
year
any amount of wildfires is pretty bad.
is it was a El Nino year, and it rained a little bit, so a bunch of grass grew and then died, and now it's all
And
burning.
now it's on fire.
Yeah,
Sweet.
come to California. It's great.
It was 88 today.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
had to turn off my fan for the podcast, and it's so hot in my room right now. I really feel
You
like I'm
guys could
dying.
just be saying any
Legitimately.
numbers because I don't use the Fahrenheit scale.
Oh,
so
hold
just
on,
when
hold
you
on,
guys
hold on.
state temperatures,
75.
79 Celsius.
I should be able to do this in my head, but
79.
79 Celsius is very hot.
all right. So in California, it got up to nearly 49 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's 25 C in my room right now.
That's not that hot.
I'm dying. Shantari.
Goodbye, Phoenix Rakuya.
It's pretty toasty. Rek, you went to Shantari's homeland.
I went to England. Me and Shantari didn't hang out at all.
I
That's
mean,
sad.
Didn't even think about it.
like,
Because we're too far away.
okay, just think about
From
if
where I
I said I came to America and we didn't hang out at all. Like,
Yeah, okay, listen, Shantari. It would take you like 3 days to drive across America. It takes like half an hour to drive
right, but
across England.
it's still the same amount of effort to arrange the transport. It's not a case of distance; it's
Yeah.
a case of arranging the transport.
I guess if you don't have a car, sort of pain.
I mean, I do. I
To
just
get
didn't want to
trained
drive
to-
to London.
Oh, there you go. But I went to London Comic Con.
That's what
They were all the
MCM is?
games that we've been talking. Yeah, all the games we were talking about today. I had the chance to play, and I didn't play any of them.
What
I
did
just walked
you
past
do?
the booth.
You didn't even
Let's
talk
not
to
get into
Warwick
it.
Davis.
I looked at Warwick Davis.
Did you shake
Warwick
his
Davis is
hand?
there.
Did you kneel down
No,
and shake
you have
his
to pay.
tiny dwarf hand?
You have to pay money to do anything to the celebrities there.
Wow.
like-
Like, is there an upper limit? How much are we paying?
I don't know. It was like $75 just like stand in line to see Warwick Davis, and then like another 25.
What about like a cheeky hand
To get a
breezy from
signature.
Warwick Davis?
So I just like walked past him, and I looked at him for a bit, and then I walked off.
You
And Warwick
basically
Davis
stole
was just
from
staring at
Warwick
you,
Davis.
being like, "What the
He,
fuck
well, I
is
mean,
this?
he didn't look back at
Who's
me,
this
so I didn't
scrawny
pay him.
American kid just giving me the stink eye?"
He could tell I was American just by looking at me.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Have my American flag bandana on.
You all look the same.
I'm pretty sure. I think I was dressed as
An
Love Live
American?
At the, yeah.
You
I
have
know
like
she's
an
already,
Uncle
like,
Sam hat on.
consent- Hell yeah.
I was cosplaying
they-
America.
The HTC Vive was there, and I didn't play it. I
I'm
didn't.
so upset that you didn't.
There was like a 4-person line. I was like, that's too much to wait.
The one and only HTC Vive was there? Wow.
It's really something you gotta experience for yourself because you can't
Yeah, I wasn't interested.
explain it in words.
I'm also somewhat prone to motion sickness.
No, you don't get motion sick at all with it.
Okay.
See, I've heard a lot of people say they do, so... I mean,
It depends
just
on what game you play.
Just because you didn't, I feel like some people still do.
Room
I got
scale-
motion sick. I got motion sick playing House of the Typing of the Dead.
Well, that game actually
Yeah,
was like.
Oh, I mean, the
super-
camera flies around everywhere in Typing of the Dead, so...
Yeah.
There was this that new show Preacher, based on that comic book, had a big booth at MCM where they basically built a church inside the convention hall,
Oh my god.
and it looks so stupid. I was absolutely convinced this show was gonna be the worst thing ever. But I watched 4 episodes like yesterday. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Should Bryn, did you read the comic Preacher?
Is
No,
it as good
but
as
I'm-
Game of Thrones?
But I am just familiar with the title and stuff.
It's definitely better than this season of Game of Thrones for sure.
The fucking... This season of Game of Thrones has been so bad.
All right. Before we get into this, if you don't care about Game of Thrones, you can leave now. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Hold
Is
up.
this gonna be the last topic?
Hold up.
I mean-
no.
No.
We still haven't
No,
even
we got
discussed
still more
the
shit.
most important video game,
What was that?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dark Souls 4.
Mighty Number 9.
Oh,
No.
Apparently it's garbage.
Apparently it's garbage.
Did anyone hear that? Oh, we have backers of my number 9 in the podcast
Yeah.
right now.
I backed it.
What are your thoughts?
I haven't played it yet.
How much money did you
Well,
give to
that's
that
pretty
pile of shit?
$15, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, okay. I honestly haven't been buying into the anti-hype yet. I'm gonna wait until I actually play it. But I mean,
Do you have the anti-hype?
I mean, you haven't exactly rushed out to go and play it.
no.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it came. Okay, so hold up. It came out today, and Beef just got home to do this
Yeah.
podcast, so he really has not had any time to play it.
Literally.
But you also
no
didn't
time.
even know it was coming out today.
I didn't. You're right about that. You got me.
I mean, I didn't even know it was coming out today. I just saw people shitting all over it on Twitter.
Yeah, I've not actually seen any like gameplay footage or anything. I've just heard people saying the Steam reviews are garbage. It runs like shit on PC. It crashes all the time. Windows 10 detects it as a virus. The game itself is kind of garbage.
Yeah, I watched a bit of gameplay and it looks pretty awful.
Yeah.
Like not
I mean,
just,
so
not
yeah, so
gameplay
like
wise, but
a
graphic.
lot of people were sent their codes and stuff for it, and a lot of them don't work, which is hilarious.
I want to give it maybe until the first patch.
And
crowdfund it.
well, no, because
condemn
like
it forever.
people got their like their DLC codes because I think there's like 2 bits of DLC,
Yeah.
and like some people actually got like 2 copies of like one piece of DLC and not the other one at all.
It's a sign of a great game when you launch
Hey.
with 2 pieces of DLC.
Hey,
Oh, and then,
I
like-
unlocked all my DLC just fine.
So they also announced that the Xbox One version is delayed today, the day that it was supposed to come out.
That sucks.
Yeah, and like Shantari said, you know, Windows 10 will detect it as like a virus or something, and like
Is that revenge for them delaying
try-
it on the Xbox One?
Maybe. And like, I mean, I believe that you can just be like, you know, install it anyway, and you know you'll be fine, hopefully. But it's still kind of funny that they would do that.
So,
But and the game itself, like I played a little bit of it. I played like half an hour, and I think I just
You think?
Just go play Mega
don't like
Man.
it.
honestly, just go play Mega Man. There's like 28 Mega Man
I
games.
mean, like
I mean,
if you- the dash. There's a dash mechanic in the game, and you can dash like you can already like air dash and stuff. Like you know, do that multiple times, and like you know, you'll gain a lot of distance really fast, and like it's super cool. But the idea is that you weaken enemies to a point, and they'll glow like a certain colors, and it'll be either like blue, green, or red. And if you dash into them, they get destroyed, and you get like a power up by dashing
Okay.
into those enemies. So you absorb like their color or whatever. And you can have all 3 of them up at once if you keep like killing enemies and stuff
That sounds
and
kinda
dashing
cool.
through them. So like, I think that idea is cool, but I think that
Poorly
they didn't.
executed?
Yeah, really, really poorly executed because there's, I don't know. And I did one stage where you have to like jump down into the water. And honestly, the water's like isn't anything. Like a water stage isn't anything in this game with the dash mechanic because you can still dash like in the water. In fact, you can skip like half the fucking stage by just dashing over it.
Huh.
But like when you're in that water, it's so murky that you can barely see anything,
Oh, that
which is
doesn't-
kind of bullshit.
I mean,
and
they
it-
had to make a water level that's terrible.
I mean,
I
like,
kind of had a suspicion the game was going to be garbage when they released that trailer that was just like patronizing and shit.
yeah, that was the worst.
Where they
thing
were
I've ever
just
seen.
like, "Hey, do you like anime? You're a fucking nerd."
yeah, like I don't understand why they did that
Oh,
when they're
that's true.
actually trying to make an anime out of it.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yes,
What?
they are.
Like,
I mean, because
they-
he wanted to make an anime out of it. He wanted to make a bunch of shit out of it, but he did. The anime was something that he'd said like a long time ago,
And now it's all in the trash.
and now it's all in the trash. It's a goddamn shame.
Very
And, like, I
goddamn
haven't-
money.
Going down the history books as another Kickstarter failure.
But I don't know. Like
It's
the
been
rest
the
of
first day. Give it a.
No, dude.
No,
when
fucking
something's
second.
as fucking dead on arrival as that, there's no recovery, dude.
I mean, the beta's been out for a while too, and that was just trash as well.
It's never gonna be as successful as the like Kickstarter hype warranted.
Perhaps.
which I think is like I don't know, like the game really isn't that great, but it's also like a lot of people like it was so hyped up,
Yeah.
and then you know as we got more and more information about the game and we saw more and more of it, people started shitting on it, and so people you know jumped on the shitting on it bandwagon,
Yeah.
and
That-
I think
what-
that's
that was
a
during
lot
the
of
whole Gamergate shit, and there was like
What?
some kind of.
That's a banned phrase on this podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was during the. Oh shit! I don't have any other word for it.
It's not a banned word. Just fucking bleep it out.
No, it's a bet. You bleep it out.
Bleep it out. Just say it.
Put John Cena over the top again.
We'll
like I
just
did.
Chappelle
Was
it.
this hold up? Was this the thing like a long time ago with like somebody
you
who
think-
was promoted to like
yeah.
The
You're thinking of
forum.
the community manager thing.
Oh, the forum thing. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
I feel like that's where it
that
started
was so
with.
Wait,
stupid.
jog my memory. I forgot about this.
The one where they, like, someone's girlfriend who's working on Mighty Number 9 got her a position as community manager on the forums.
Yeah, it's like all
People
she
were really
did was
upset.
like monitor the Twitter and like do stuff on the forums. It's like it was nothing.
Yeah, but people just wanted to flip their shit. Anyways,
people on the internet are angry. They've got nothing else to do.
But I mean, I still think the game's bad regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really enjoying. I need a better way to map my buttons because they allow you to, but they don't give you as much freedom with it as I would like, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually like going into that menu.
I think we'll have more words for it on the next podcast,
When someone's actually played it, yeah.
or we'll just have completely
I
forgotten
have
about it by
played it.
then.
Well, beef hasn't.
Just not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put your thoughts in the comments. What do you think?
Do you guys want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons before I go on my tirade about how Game of Thrones has gone into the fucking shit?
I just wanted to say that of games that came out today, Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartending Action came out today.
What
saw
the
you
fuck
streaming
is
that.
that title?
That's the full
Valhalla
title.
Cyberpunk.
A Venezuelan
Bartending
made it,
Action.
dude. You cannot blame them. They're dying.
Yeah, it's from Venezuela. The developer is Venezuelan.
They're
Is he
starving.
okay? Does he need us to send it?
He's starving. He's literally
Making a cash
starving.
grab so
He's
he
not
can get out
he's
of
not
Venezuela.
starving anymore because he's receiving
No,
American
he's
currency
literally
for this game.
starving.
Yeah, Venezuela's really gone down the fucking path.
Any sort of money that goes into Venezuela goes through like an X-ray thing, like the airport, and like if it's
They
dollars,
X-ray the money.
if it's dollars, they just take it off the conveyor belt. This is ours now.
Oh,
But
but
what is that
it's
game?
Good. It's like a visual novel essentially, but you also get to mix drinks for people.
Skip.
It's got really cool aesthetic and really good music. It's only $15.
Sounds-
So that recommendation of the week. Overwrite Burns. Don't buy whatever game Burn was talking
Cut
about.
off
I
the
don't remember what it was,
Kirby Planet Rebubblebot.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't need money. Just torrent that for your 3DS and buy Valhalla.
Hey, 3DS emulation's coming along. The dream.
I would love to
Dream
see
Boys.
that, but I have a feeling it's still a ways away.
No, it's kind of functional right now.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Let me just scroll through the show notes real quick.
It's like
Uh,
in the place PSP emulation was a few years ago. It's not going to be long until 3DS emulations on the rails.
the new X-Men was kind of bad.
I heard about that.
The action scenes were cool. Writing was bad.
I mean, I feel like Fox can't make a
Oh,
superhero
hang on.
movie.
The action scenes were cool and the writing was bad. That reminds me of something else.
Hold on. No, it's just surprising because the previous couple X-Men movies were really good, and then this one was kind of just lame.
Do they at least have James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender being sassy with each other?
Who do they play again?
Professor X and Magneto.
Then Magneto has the worst writing I've ever seen in my life
Yeah.
for the new movie. That was my main complaint with it, is that Magneto's just dumb. It's been an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah, chill your
since we
fucking
pressed
beans,
record.
Afro. It's a bonus episode. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Is this a bonus episode? We're going to record another one?
This is a
on top of
bonus
this one?
episode to kill my hard drive.
Oh, is your hard drive
Listen,
almost
man.
full?
I have enough space to record 14 more hours of podcast.
I can record
so
70 hours more podcast.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a 72-hour podcast, so buckle
Marathon
up, everybody.
podcast.
Buckle up,
Strap in.
boys.
God.
We
Grab
got
a
we,
beer, kick back,
yeah, we got 6
Yeah.
hours of Game of Thrones complaining to do. No, but
Let's-
first I want to talk about
we started playing Dungeons and Dragons.
that. Yeah, that.
There's one of our campaigns is on the YouTube channel. You've probably seen it. It picks up once we actually start
Yeah,
playing
just
the
don't
game.
watch the first 3 episodes because like most of us hadn't played D&D before and they're fucking garbage. When we finally get to the next scene where we're going to be in a cave dealing with some spooky goblins, it's a lot of fun.
And we've been playing a lot outside of that as well.
I don't know why or how, but D&D is just completely clicked with me. I currently have 2 campaigns that I'm actually DMing.
Yeah, it
Right
turns
now.
out Beef's a fucking nerd if no one
Yeah.
saw that comment.
And I bought the manual and the monster handbook, like physical copies.
The manual and the monster handbook,
I,
as they're known,
I said that. Oh God.
completely backwards. So player's handbook
Yeah.
and the monster manual and the dungeon master's guide.
Yeah, and like I think I just really enjoy the storytelling aspect and melded with the RPG aspects of it.
It's a lot of fun if you can get some people that aren't fucking pussy ass bitches and speak up about shit. And it's a lot. It's way more fun when you have player characters that are really clever about the way that they go about, role playing.
I've been trying to get my players to
stop being pussy ass bitches.
And like I've pointed out, like a certain aspect of the environment, like very specifically multiple times, and they keep just walking past it, and it drives me up a wall. And then they just don't get the treasure, but
shoves it up my ass.
Yeah, I think being a player though is a lot of fun, and trying to think of creative ways to do things that the DM.
Oh yeah, I love being a player character. It's been like 20 years since I've DM'd like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Dungeons and Dragons is really cool. If you've never heard of it, check it out.
Afro.
There's a lot of stuff about it.
Afro.
We want Afro to play with us, but he's
if I stream the spooky game, will you play with me?
That is not a fair trade-off.
Oh, come on. You actually get to play a fun game, and then
we don't even have to record it, Afro.
Yeah.
It's my enjoyment that's at stake, not the recording.
You'll enjoy it. You basically shit around with friends playing a game together. Like what?
There you go.
What's less enjoyable?
While we're doing Kinjail's campaign, I think I might start piecing together one that we can do afterwards, because
I've got one.
I feel like I'd be a pretty handy DM. I don't want to toot my own horn, but
I'd really like to keep like at least one of these campaigns like actually going, like progressing.
Yeah, we're gonna do Kinjail's one. We're gonna finish Kinjail's one.
Okay. Well, what I mean is like continue even after like whatever campaign.
Oh, you want to keep the characters?
Alive? Yeah. Like I would love to actually like level up to like higher levels and stuff, because you get so much cool shit later.
I know that Kinjail's campaign is going to continue for a while because it's a pretty big one.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's up to like level 5, but I mean, level 5 is when you start actually like getting shit.
Yeah.
It's significantly further than that, the one he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got like continuation campaigns.
Good.
Like they continue.
Shantari, I know I've already mentioned Critical Role quite a few times, but if you want to learn how to DM, definitely watch
don't
Critical
plug
Role.
Another YouTube channel. I swear to God. I'll shoot you in the head. Do not watch Critical Role. Okay. Matthew Mercer is not.
We've been going on for way too long, so I want to just, before we wrap this up, talk about how Game of Thrones has gone not quite downhill. I'd describe it more as like a sheer cliff drop in terms of writing quality.
I thought you were gonna cool down your rhetoric, but then you just like took it up a notch.
Well, I'll turn this shit up to 11 because
it
seems like when we've gone past the story in the books, they've no longer got like George R.R. Martin's guiding hand for how to write drama that isn't fucking retarded. So now all of the writing in the show is just terrible. This past season has been just full of plot hole after plot hole after plot hole. All the stuff with Arya, we had this whole fucking arc of hers just for like the conclusion to be, I'm Arya Stark, I'm going back to Westeros. So what was the point of like you teasing us for 15 minutes every episode for like the past 3 seasons? And in particular, the most recent episode has been it's got like a 100% rating on IMDb for some fucking reason, when it's some of the shittiest TV I've ever seen.
Battle of the Bastards.
I mean, the problem is I can't talk about too much because I don't really want to drop like mad spoilers in this, but just all of the decisions the characters make no sense.
I like the episode personally.
I like the action and the direction of the episode, like they're really good at that, but the writers, without the books as inspiration, just seem to have completely dropped the ball.
I feel like they still have a chance to explain themselves next episode.
No.
The finale.
Yeah.
And it's like they do a lot of scenes with like they just flash cut to something really important with no build up. Like they do off-screen deaths with like the Blackfish and with the waif. Oh well, spoilers. I mean, that was a week ago. Whatever. And like
they're like extremely minor characters anyway.
No, they're fucking not.
Yeah, the Blackfish, he had 5 minutes of screen
time.
The
Blackfish? Dude, if we're talking like power levels, the Blackfish should be like fucking top tier. We should have at least had a scene with that dude cutting down like 20 fucking Lannister men. Like, you have the scene beforehand where he's talking
Dude,
to
he said he
Brienne
hadn't
and
been a sword
he's
fight in
like,
years,
oh,
man.
I've not had a sword. What the fuck? Okay, if the fucking Blackfish walked up to you and he was like, oh, I've not had a sword fight in years, do you think you'd just, like, go in on that dude and beat him? No, that he'd kick your fucking ass. He'd rip your fucking head off and shit down your neck. He'd shove his sword so far up your ass you'd see it in 2 weeks.
Oh my god. This is a very
What?
passionate subject.
That dude was like a grizzled badass, and we just get like a scene cut, and they're like, "Oh, the Blackfish is dead, sir." No, fuck that shit.
Well,
I mean, they do a lot of off-screen deaths,
Yeah, and they shouldn't. It's fucking retarded.
and then they do a lot of on-screen deaths.
Maybe
See,
we should get a less time of Yara making like fucking sexual comments towards Daenerys, and more time of fucking the Blackfish cutting down motherfuckers left, right, and center, which is what Game of Thrones is supposed to fucking be.
Do you mean you don't want another 10-minute scene of Tyrion telling jokes?
Oh, no, that's exactly what I want, dude. And like awkward banter with Grey Worm.
Hell yeah.
this is why I like
Don't
this.
even get started, Beef. I will shoot
I
you.
like this because it validates why I don't like Game of Thrones. Because I don't have a real reason to not like Game of Thrones. I just don't watch it. So
But I
hearing
mean, Game
this,
of Thrones is still really good up until season 4.
it's
And
too
then season
popular.
5 and season 6 are only bad.
Absolutely
because
too popular.
They're only
They're not as
comparatively
good.
bad. The early
Yeah.
seasons are amazing.
The new seasons are still like some of the best TV on.
It is still good TV, but it's just not like.
It's not George R. R. Martin.
Does
No.
anybody feel like they're throwing around the word fuck way too often this season?
Who?
They're
Game of
throwing
Thrones.
around everything. No one gives a fuck anymore. Kinslaying is apparently fine now. We're in the early seasons. Kinslaying was like the gods are gonna fuck you for the rest of eternity.
Who got kinslayed?
Roose Bolton.
Yeah, but Ramsay's a dick.
Yeah, but he just did it in front of like 2 of the northern houses, and they were just like, oh, whoop, 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 whoop.
Does he?
Yes.
There's just one guy there, and he's
So
like,
there's
don't-
two.
No,
don't say
it was the guard guy, and it was the head of one of the northern
was it
houses.
the Umber? Was it the Umber?
I don't think it was the Umber. It was the other one. I forgot. Actually, it might have been the Umber. I don't know. It was one of the northern house like lords, and he just shanked his dad in front of him, and he was just like, "Oh, yeah, this is fine. We definitely haven't like historically cared about kinslaying massively. People don't still call Jaime Lannister fucking. Oh my god.
I mean,
Anyway.
we'll see how good the last
We'll
episode
see next
is.
time on Game of Thrones.
And we also see all of you guys next time on the RIPcast.
Next time on Game Grumps.
Next
No,
time I'm
cut
complaining
that.
about Game of Thrones.
Cut also that.
Next
Cut
time
that.
on Game of Thrones,
Just cut this entire episode.
into the trash it goes.
Shh, wait,
Stop.
I want Shantari's humming to be part of this. Go ahead, Shantari.
Bow, bow, ba-da-da, bow, ba-da-da, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
There you go.
Dark Souls 4.